Welcome back to What's Up Stratford, our June edition. And joining me is the new interim curator for Gallery Stratford. Robert, thanks very much for joining me.
Oh, my pleasure. Happy to be here.
So tell us about your history with Gallery Stratford, Robert.
Well, I was the full-time director curator from 1998 to 2005. That was sort of my first career or my second career. And that's what brought me to Stratford originally, was to do this job here at the gallery. I was a fairly active exhibiting artist at the time, and the gallery just took over, and it became like a full-time endeavor. And then went back to Toronto eventually, got more into fundraising specifically, and a number of roles, and just more recently left Sunnybrook Foundation at Sunnybrook Health Sciences Center as a director of philanthropy for the Schulich Heart Program and the Holland Bone and Joint Program, doing major gift fundraising for healthcare.
Lovely. And I know you were part of Sunshine Canada before for quite a while, correct?
Oh yeah, Project Sunshine Canada. Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
love it. Love it.
yeah.
Well, a warm welcome home, Robert. This summer, you've got a what I would call a very special exhibit with Salah Bashir. Tell us about Salah's private art collection.
Oh man, I just had a Zoom call with him yesterday for about an hour and a half to go over what we might include in the show. His collection is huge and there's so much there. And at one point he said to me, "You are a kid in a candy store with an addiction." And I thought, I'm not the one that bought all this art. His collection is remarkable. And so it was interesting. We've known each other for years, and Salah is a philanthropist and media producer for movie and the video industry. That's where a lot of his business was based. Very generous and very caring guy. He has just relocated his home base out of Toronto to Paris, Ontario, where he's owned a house and houses for some years. So he's moved all his collection, or is in the process of moving all his collection there. And we actually got together because we both relocated to smaller centers outside of Toronto. We were having a glass of wine, and we were talking, and I said, there's this opportunity for me that might be coming up and at the gallery. Why don't we do a show?" And he was very enthusiastic about it. Very lucky to be able to have the work come. It's actually, we decided yesterday that there's kind of going to be two shows. The upper galleries will be showcasing Canadian fine art. So people like Betty Goodwin, Richard Attila Lukács, Stephen Andrews, a number of people, some of the people who have actually shown previously at Gallery Stratford, who have quite illustrious careers in Canadian art. And then in the lower gallery, salon hung, which means kind of like from floor to ceiling, black and white celebrity photographs that he's collected over the years. So some recognizable images that people will be very familiar with that he's collected from the photographers. And it ranges from the 40s or even earlier into the 70s, the 80s. And pretty much all recognizable celebrities, that some of them he's known, and some of the photos were just like highly collectible. So whether you're somebody who is interested in fine art or somebody who is interested in pop culture, it's actually going to be two great shows that will keep everybody's interest at hand.
Perfect. Well, that's so exciting. The last, I guess, in summary, I know your Gallery Stratford went through a bunch of renovations over COVID. Tell us about the new space, if you will, at the pump house.
Oh, so yeah, it's much more open, it's much more brighter, it's much more airy. There's still the shed out back for special events and some performances. Yeah, the community studio, which is sponsored generously, is much more open and available for rentals if anybody has anything that they'd like to host at the gallery. So yeah, it's a fresher look, I think, for the gallery than it had been previously.
Great. Well, Robert, welcome back. Thank you for adding a fresh face to it, a fresh look at the gallery and this amazing private collection that I think will be literally a once in a lifetime chance for people to view. Thank you, Robert, for getting excitement going on at Gallery Stratford.
Great. Well, thank you for having me here, and I look forward to meeting people when they come to the gallery this summer. Yeah.
Coming up next, we're going to talk to the Stratford Walking Tours.